In the Indian Premier League, franchises are built on cities, corporations, and data. But the Chennai Super Kings are built on one man, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. For 15 years, his presence dictated the very identity of this team. The loyalty he commands is staggering. Studies show that more than half of CSK's entire fanbase follows the franchise entirely because of him, rather than any geographical or team-based allegiance. This line chart illustrates the financial time bomb waiting for the franchise. We see a steady historical climb in CSK's valuation, followed by a projected cliff drop of 15%. That drop represents a potential loss of over 154 crore rupees the exact day Dhoni retires. Management constructed a behemoth around a singular human being, neglecting to design an independent, self-sustaining sporting system capable of surviving his eventual departure. The ultimate irony is that the very icon who built the Chennai Super Kings brand has inadvertently become the single biggest threat to its future survival. We are already seeing the cracks in the foundation. During the 2025 season, CSK's traditional strategy of relying on highly experienced, aging veterans fractured on the field, resulting in a historically poor finish. This 2025 valuation chart shows how much that poor performance cost them. RCB holds the number one spot at $269 million, with Mumbai taking second. Further down, CSK lags in third place at $235 million. The brand is bleeding momentum. Even head coach Stephen Fleming publicly acknowledged the problem, stating that the management team was too slow to adapt to the aggressive, high-speed demands of the modern T20 format. To protect a $235 million enterprise from collapsing, CSK executives realized they had to completely tear down their historical blueprint and rewrite it, right now, before Dhoni makes his final exit. The first phase of this corporate reconstruction required solving the most critical operational void, finding a long-term, high-quality Indian wicketkeeper and batter. To get one, the front office made a deeply unsentimental move. They traded away franchise legend Ravindra Jadeja to the Rajasthan Royals. In exchange, they acquired Sanju Samson, installing him to take over premium wicket-keeping duties and anchor the top of the batting order. Samson's integration acts as the active handover from the Dhoni era. He immediately repairs the team's sluggish batting tempo, and by filling a crucial domestic roster slot, he allows management to spend their limited overseas player quota entirely on specialized bowlers. Shipping out a loyalist like Jadeja, CSK's executives are no longer operating on nostalgia. They prioritize future structural integrity over past emotional attachments. This clinical approach carried directly into the IPL 2026 mega auction, where CSK abandoned their traditional bias for older players. Instead of buying seasoned veterans, they took a massive financial risk. They spent 28.4 crore rupees, more than half of their total available budget, on just two unproven, uncapped Indian teenagers. The first acquisition was Prshant Veer, a 20-year-old left-arm orthodox spinner who can hit heavily down the order, acting as the direct tactical replacement for Jadeja. The second was Karthik Sharma, a 19-year-old wicket-keeper batter drafted specifically to inject immediate, violent acceleration into the middle overs. According to Coach Fleming, this represents a deliberate shift toward what he calls T20 Babies. These are fearless athletes raised entirely on rapid-fire cricket, unburdened by the caution that often slows down older players. By tying up so much capital in youth, CSK has officially killed the Dad's Army moniker, laying the groundwork for a fast, modernized sporting system. But with a new wicketkeeper in Samson and a young core taking the field, it raises an obvious operational question. Where does MS Dhoni actually fit into this 2026 roster? Early speculation suggested he might be tucked away on the bench or strictly utilized as a situational impact player. However, according to former teammate Ravichandran Ashwin, the reality is much more hands-on. Dhoni intends to play the full season, keeping wickets and coming out to bat in the closing overs at number 7. His output in runs is no longer the metric that matters. He is there to act as a tactical compass and a big brother figure to Captain Ruturaj Gaikwad, allowing Gaikwad to manage the primary pressure of leadership. He is no longer the load-bearing pillar of the franchise. Instead, he has become the scaffolding, designed exclusively to support the next generation while they find their footing. On the field, this new strategy heavily relies on geographical advantage. By stacking their roster with 4 distinct spin options, they are perfectly optimized to choke out opponents on the turning pitches of their home ground. But away from Chennai, the master plan has a visible flaw. On flat, fast pitches, their pace attack lacks the elite top-tier speed required to consistently dismantle opposing batting lineups. Consequently, the young core of Gaikwad, Samson, Veer, and Sharma will face an immense burden to score heavily, without the luxury of the experienced safety nets that saved CSK in the past. 2026 serves as the ultimate corporate stress test, proving once and for all if the Chennai Super Kings can finally step out from their icon shadow and function as a self-sustaining empire.